Who is the enemy of the future? Who is the enemy of the future? Well, they're talking about martial law. They're talking about mass arrests. You know, David Wilcock talking about mass arrests and all this stuff. Jade Helm, you know, martial law, FEMA centers all over the place. We never hear what the reasons people are going to be put in these centers or this conflict is going to happen. Well, who is the conflict between? Blacks and whites, the haves and the have-nots, English-speaking people and other people? They never really specify. And because the thing is, who is going to be dragging you away, kicking and screaming into these FEMA centers, into these detention camps? The police. That's who is going to be doing it. The police are the enemy. The police are the enemy of tomorrow. And you need to realize that. The police are already the enemy. They are not, the police never were set up to, you know, maintain law and order. The police work for the rich. Okay? Have you ever noticed almost everybody in prison is poor? Police are corrupt. There are no good police officers. I was framed for a crime last year or 2 years ago, and I beat it in court because I have the resources to hire the best attorneys in Austin, Texas, and this is in a little bullshit county around here. So I was able to get by that, but it cost me about $30,000, and the people were absolutely corrupt, all the way from the police officers all the way up to the judge, corrupt as can be. But money won the day, and I made it out of that. To beat that case, I had, of course, very good attorneys, but I also had an advocate, a legal advocate, and this is a man named Eddie Craig, who has a radio show, the name of the radio show escapes me right now, but he's all about rights, the rights you have when you get pulled over. You don't have to get out of the car, all this different stuff. And when someone was said about good cops, he said, no, hold on a second. And this guy was an ex-sheriff's deputy. And he told us point blank, there are no good cops. We're like, what? There's no good cops? He's like, no, they might start off being good, but the thing is, they don't allow good cops to be in the sheriff's department or in the police department. They find out who the good ones are, they target them, and they make them do something bad. And if they do something bad, then they're not good cops anymore. They're bad. They're not good people. They're bad people. Because they make them do something bad. And if they don't do something bad, they'll run them off. They'll get them fired, chase them off, lay them off, whatever. So yes, I absolutely stand by that statement. There are no good cops. If there is any good cops out there, 5 years from now, they're either not going to be a good cop, they're going to be a bad person 5 years from now, or they're going to be in another line of work. Because that's how the system of law enforcement works. It's absolutely corrupt. And the police are the enemy of the future. Old Bob Harrison, what's this fucking punk's name? Ex-cop. Fucking cocksucker. Bob Harrison, old Bob Harrison. Anyway, let's just go precept by precept, narrative by narrative, into all the lie by lie that this guy's done. The coronavirus pandemic, blah, blah, blah. Police work was on life support technology that saved lives, whatever. Self-driving vehicles. Okay, let's start with there. Self-driving vehicles. They tested these in Austin, Texas. A year or more ago, I was driving on the streets along next to vehicles that were being driven by Google. It said it right there on the car. That's absolutely what was happening. The people were turning and stuff, and their hands were down there at their sides. Yes, they have this technology. And no, not all cars are going to be automated in the next, several years, especially with this. They're crashing the economy right now. Where's all the money going to come from to get all these automatic cars? So Bob Harrison's full of shit right there. And this is a big thing of what he bases this article on. That there's going to be all these automatic driving cars, so the police aren't going to be pulling you over, busting you with dope, busting you with weapons or whatever, or traffic tickets. He's full of shit. Related articles, the next steps in curtailing calls for service, what to expect on whatever, policing in a panic, blah, blah, blah. Reactivating retirees for police service in times of crisis. Lexapol Coronavirus Learning and Policy Center. The virus left in its wake entire industries destroyed or crippled. I believe that. What you're seeing right now is the destruction of the life that you've known. The destruction of the American way of life is going on right now. And I'm not going to talk hardly at all about coronavirus. or COVID-19. There's three schools of thought that every person can have on this, or maybe a little bit of a mixture. And there's the most extreme part, and I don't know, I don't have the answers. People wanted to know what I thought about COVID-19. I've got a lot of thoughts. I've got a lot to say about COVID-19, but I'm not going to say it because it can become very divisive. I could lose friends. I got in this thing ready to lose friends. Okay, I've been doing this for almost 3 years now. But it's issues like this. It's going to lose your friends, not of whether reptilian shapeshifters are real or not. That's just all theoretical. But whether something like this, or whether something like Sandy Hoax, whatever you want to call it, is that real? Moon landing, is that real? Even that's a sideline. It's this right here that we're living through. Is this real? I don't have those answers. I know I've got some opinions, but okay, so yeah, small colleges, whatever, yeah, campuses, yeah. Okay, so it destroyed the economy. That's what's going on right now, folks. They're destroying the economy right in front of your eyes, regardless of if it's real or if it's fake or if it's man-made or if it's natural or if they let it out on purpose or if it got out on accident. Regardless of all that, what you're living through right now is the destruction of the American way of life, the destruction of your life, your lifestyle. And people are scared. I'm scared. And I am practically fearless. So if I'm scared, if I'm a little bit scared, you're fucking terrified. I mean, that's just the truth. I'm pretty much known as the man without fear. If I'm scared, you better watch the fuck out, because you're shaking in your shoes. Onshore production of energy, made in the USA, blah, blah, blah. Engaged in a death match, whatever. He keeps using this term reset. Reset, the great reset, the reset, reset, reset. Where else are we hearing this meme now? In one of my favorite subjects, one of the greatest conspiracy theories that come around in forever, and that is the Tartarian Empire and its sister subjects of mud floods and star forts. Not really going to get into that right now, but the main thing of the mud flood is a reset. The idea that every once in a while in the world, humanity is, by some catastrophe, some catastrophic event, practically reduced to savagery once more, and has to build its way back up, back into the new technology. But going from the Stone Age days to the height of civilization where we are right now, over and over and over again, and that these resets are planned, they're engineered resets, and we don't know who's behind it. That's the idea. The police in and now, whatever. 2010s were filled with societal dialogue, whatever. Police were staying home, ordering in, going to school, and working from their living rooms. Give me a fucking break, man. The cops they're working from home now. What are they? They're just go, hey, buddy, pick up a phone and, hey, stop, quit, put your hands up. Come on, man. This guy is talking about that crime's going to go down. Crime's going to go up. We're going to see a crime wave. There's going to be tons of cops all over the place in your business, pulling you over at checkpoints, all up in your business. This guy's saying the exact opposite. He's full of shit. And the reason he's saying this is he's wanting everyone to ease into it. Oh, the future's going to be great. There'll be less crime and all this stuff. Sure, there's going to be some problems, but there's going to be less police, less prisons, bullshit. There's going to be more police, more prisons, more FEMA camps, more martial law, less rights, more questioning of authorities, more snitch networks. And they're trying to roll all this stuff in with family crimes are up, domestic violence, child abuse, and elder neglect were serious issues. Yeah. But they're going to get solved like on a telephone. That's what this guy's saying. Fucking bullshit, man. More pressure on the police to change was economic, however. The coup de grace was the impact of automation in vehicles and the intelligent roadways that those cars used. Okay, all that shit is real, but it's not going to go down like that. It's going to go the opposite. It's not going to go high tech, it's going to go low tech. There's going to be people riding in the streets that don't have food to eat. This guy's talking about, oh, they'll be buying everything online. Everyone's just going to stay home. It's the stay-at-home culture. He fucking, this dude, he's not some stupid guy. He's smart. He's a content creator like myself. He's a writer. They've given him this task to write this false scenario. This is the kind of thing that I can do. You're COINTELPRO, today's alphabet agency agents are not like James Bond. They're bloggers, basically. They're online affecting public opinion. Today they're for the Republicans. Tomorrow they're against the Republicans and for the Democrats. They just, the poison pen. And I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I've got a poison pen that's stronger than most. Very much stronger than most. I'm a content creator. Almost half of all the vehicles on the roadways are partially or fully automated. That's a long ways away. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Vehicular automation saved nearly 40,000 lives each year. Courts, jails, and prisons. See, he's basing his whole premise on automatic cars. That there's going to be all this less crime. Everyone's going to be staying at home. There's not going to be any traffic tickets. Cops aren't going to be running up in your business. All because of automated cars. Now, I will admit that these automated cars would have this type of effect he's talking about. But the economy's fixing to crash. Who's going to buy all these automated cars? Who's going to implement this smart highway? It's bullshit, man. This dude's a fucking liar. He's a disinformationalist. I can't stand those disinformationalists. He's a goddamn COINTELPRO operative. So whatever. Had been absorbed in the county sheriff's departments. Others had formed consortiums to regionalize dispatch, records and administrative functions. Some police departments were fighting extinction tooth and nail, blah, 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 the way it used to be. Police agencies that survived relatively intact had these great leaders that saw this stuff. Expanded their online community contact and crime reporting platforms. Boop, boop, boop. Snitch networks. Remember communist China, not communist China, communist Russia, where the kids were snitching on their parents? They go. Now they don't go to school. They get to school online. The school comes into your living room and says, okay, snitch on mom and dad. Motherfuckers. The destruction of the atomic family. None of this could have happened if it was not for the destruction of the atomic family. And that's pretty much gone. It's out of there. Almost everyone I know of in my generation was the generation of kids whose parents were divorced. And my parents were divorced by the time I was about 14 years old. And every other couple that we knew were all divorced. Not because of the women's lib movement, which was one of the greatest things to happen to society, but because that movement was co-opted. And they put in the lyrics of Helen Reddy and everything, saying, you don't need a man. I'm woman, hear me roar, The number's too big to ignore. We don't need men and they're useless. And now people wonder why guys are going around hypersexualized, sending dick pics and stuff like that. The man is under attack. The human male is under attack. He's had his role taken from him and he doesn't know what to do except to respond with more aggressive sexualized activities, sexual nature, and send dick pics and stuff like that. That's what's going on behind that, ladies. It's not his fault. It's not your fault. Yes, the individual has to bear the responsibility for what he's doing, and there's new laws in Texas that say you cannot send pictures of your genitals unless the other person is okay with it. This is a law now. So, the dick pics are, they're not a thing of the past yet, but ladies, you want to know why? Why there's all these crazy guys doing all this crazy stuff? It's because the human male is under attack. Direct attack. And it's hurting you just as much as it's hurting us. It's hurting all of us. So we need to recognize this and seek out the sources of where this attack is coming from. Places like the United Nations. Courts, jails, and prisons cut their workloads and populations in half by 2025. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard. They're going to be twice as much. There are going to be prisons all over the place. Everyone going to jail. That's what they want. Why do they have all these FEMA camps? Why do they have all these, 10 million plastic coffins that you can put 5 bodies in each coffin? Why do they have the Georgia Guidestones that says they got to reduce the population to 500 million or something like that? from 5 billion to 500 million. Oh, it's because prisons are going to go out of business because they're not going to put anybody in prison anymore because everything is just so peachy in the future. See, that's what this guy's trying to do. He's trying to paint a pleasant future, pleasant outlook to say, oh, it's okay. You got to give all your information and everything to the cops now, and just go, if they tell you to don't cough and wear a mask, and you got to shut down your business. You know, what if do you own a restaurant? Are you feeling it yet? I mean, everybody that owns a restaurant is fixing to go out of business. Everybody that wants to go out to eat can't go out to eat because of COVID-19. I do not know anyone who's got it. I've not heard of anyone who's got it. I don't know where all these bodies are. What the fuck's going on, man? Consortiums to regionalize dispatch. Oh, okay. Driving into okay. Formed community teams, snitch networks. These teams were comprised of police officers, community service officers, code enforcement, family counseling, mediation, and psychological service reps. Your one-stop shop. In other words, they're going to get off in your business. Establish regionalized tactical and mobile field force units. One core function in policing had become extinct. That's a lie. But what he's about to say now is true. Traffic enforcement and collision investigation became marginal skills as more and more highly automated vehicles filled the roads. That's a lie, okay? What he's fixing to say is true. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, all that shit's a lie. But now he's telling the truth. And not to save cost and retain expertise, but tactical and mobile field force units were regionalized. State regulations mandated whatever moralized. In other words, these regionalized police forces. Where now you've got somebody from 2 or 3 counties down kicking in your door. That shit's real. Yes, they are regionalizing and having, a cop. Today's cop is in more than one police team. They're on their local yokels, and then they're in the regional deal, then they're in the national deal on call. I mean, kicking indoors, stripping people of their rights, beating down families, jackboot thugs, trying to act like they're patriots, and they're fucking pieces of shit, motherfucking cops. Show me a good cop. I want a cop to get on the comment line and tell me how good they are about all the fucking good work they've done. Tearing families apart, taking children away to put them in Children's Protective Services. And listen, Children's Protective Services is a needed thing. Kids are treated wrong, and they do need to be helped by the state. Unfortunately, just like every other good thing in the world, it has been co-opted. And in Texas, it's pretty bad in Texas. It's institutionalized pedophilia. These children are put into homes with known pedophiles and sold into pedophilia networks. That's something I hardly ever talk about. Yes, people, this is absolutely true. Do not ever be poor and lose your kids. Because it's only the poor kids that get taken away. They don't take away rich kids because they got a lawyer to fight them. But if you're poor and they try to take your kids away, and especially if one of the parents is on dope, you can say goodbye to that kid, and then they're going to go over here to some MK Ultra, your child. And people, I don't understand how a Children's Protective Service, anyone who works in that office can live with themselves. Because you know what's going on. You know, if you're Children's Protective Services, you know the evil that you serve. I want Children's Protective Services to get on these comments and tell me what a good person you are, even if you're only the secretary there. Oh, we saved so many kids' lives and everything like that. Bullshit. Fuck you, motherfucker. It's institutionalized pedophilia. You know you're involved. I can say this because I don't have children. They can't come take away my children. I've got Gunter, my little Australian Shepherd. I can say this, and it's true. I want Children's Protective Service, anybody, to get on the comments and tell me what a good Samaritan you are. Go toe-to-toe with me, huh? And tell me, I want you to tell me, that you don't know, that there's no institutionalized pedophilia going on in your Children's Protective Service organization in your state. Or sent off to boys' school, boys' town, so they can get sent to the White House or all these other places for these little, sleepovers. Come on, man. It's documented. It's been going on forever. Johnny Gosh, right? Conclusion. The Great Reset was painful for everyone. Oh, it was so painful. Yeah, motherfucker, it's painful every time. Every fucking 3, 4, 500 years. People think this happens every 1,000, 2,000 years or something like that. It happens more often than that. That will bring us to the subject of Tartaria, the Tartarian Empire, and its sister subjects, Mud Flood and Star Forts. And Mud Flood, of course, is talking about the reset. Folks, it's looking like we're on the very beginning of a reset. What are you going to do? You got to inform yourself. You've got to wake up to what's going on around you, realize who the players are, and realize that there are voices out there that, not that they don't have an agenda, but they're voices of reason and voices of truth, and they're coming from people that have the fucking enough nuts to say it and have a moral fiber in their body. And you're looking at one right now. And I cannot tell you right now what exactly the plan is for me. I've mentioned this in my books. I don't want to sully the subject or cause confusion on this subject, so I'm not going to go into that now. But we are entering a time, what I call the rise of the strong men. These strong men, they're like regional warlords in Mogadishu. If the shit hits the fan, that's bad, where civil unrest is, stuff like this, the people will organize themselves in different parts of the country. If law enforcement breaks down or the military breaks down, it'll happen in some places and not in others. And in one form or another, you will have these strong men. They're not like today's milquetoast leaders that are just a bunch of pussies. These are going to be real men, as hard as they come. And you're looking at one right now. I've known this since I was a child. I am one of these strong men. You can fucking take that for what you want. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That is the job that I don't want, that it was going to be forced upon me and that I've known about my entire life. Thank you for watching today's show. Be strong. Listen to everything that's going on around you. Watch everything that's going on around you. Keep your voices low for now. I'm keeping my voice low. I'm making this announcement to you, but there's so many things I'd like to say that I'm not saying. Because now's not really the time for that. Even though I'm saying some pretty radical stuff. I'm a radical dude. Okay? This is really kind of just the bare bones, watered down version that I'm talking about here. I'm keeping my head low a little bit too, seeing how this thing's going to play out. I know what I can say and get away with, and nobody's going to come kicking this door down or, delete my YouTube channel or anything like that. My name is Ayin. I love you all. I always have. Thank you.